Alright, we've got all of our parts done, so you guys should have your car body, the axle, rear wheel, front tire, rear tire, and this is extra. So we've got all of our parts down here. So now I've already done the assembly, but what I'm going to do is click plus and create a new assembly. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to create two assemblies. So we're going to create the wheel assembly, and then we're going to insert that in. It's just going to save us a lot of time. We could take our body in first and then put everything in, but instead we're going to make a thing called a sub-assembly. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to insert my axle. I just need one. And then I'm going to take my front wheel and then my front tire. And just get them in there. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fix my axle first. So that's just on there. Now, I need to pay attention to the planes that I want to touch. So like, I want this plane that's completely highlighted to touch this plane. And that's all that I really need. So I'm going to go here to Fasten Mate. And I'm going to choose this. I'm going to find the actual surface. You kind of got to move it around. And then make sure the center is selected. I got that center point selected. I'm going to go here, choose this face, the ring, and the center is selected, and I'm going to click that, and it should lock in. And now if it doesn't, if it's flipped around, you can change whether it's face to face or it's parallel with each other. I don't think rotating it's going to do much because it's circle, but you can move it around. And then once you feel like it's good, you click the check, and that's good to go. Now if you want, you can change this to revolute, and then our wheel will actually rotate. But you don't have to, it's just extra. Now we're going to take our Fasten Mate here. We're going to choose the side of the tire. I've designed it so it's going to line up with this side of the wheel right here. So I'm going to choose this. That should automatically do the center. I'm going to go here and then move it over until I find the center. So it should find the center at some point. That didn't work, so I'm going to exit out of that. Try this one more time. Here. And then that found the center, so I'm going to click on it. And now my tire is lined up. So I can click the check. And now I've got, this is my front wheel assembly, so I'm going to right click here and do rename and call this front wheel assembly. Okay, so now we got our front wheel assembly done. So I'm going to open a new assembly and rename this one full car. So I just right click on it and I can choose rename. Now I'm going to put our car body in now. So I'm going to choose our car body, click put it in there, click the check, and then always fix it. So now what I can do is I can insert, I can go down here and choose assemblies, and I can actually insert my front wheel assembly, the whole thing. So I'll put two of those in like that. And then I'm going to Fasten Mate. I want this plane right here to lock into that. So I'm going to click here, find the center. Here, find the center. And it did not take the whole thing. Oh, it will. And then I flip this because I want it to be sticking out. Click the check, and then the rest of it should follow. Do the same thing on the other side. Click here. There. Again, it's flipping on me, so I just got to flip that with the arrow, click the check, and it should follow through. So now you guys can do the same thing, create another subassembly with your rear wheel. It's the same steps, you just put it in different parts and then assemble it to the back. And once you've got it all assembled, that's the whole thing. you make sure this is in your folder, copy it, and send it in on the assignment. Before this is done, I want to talk a little bit. If you mess up, something gets weird, you don't have to, you can just delete stuff and take it out, but also you can highlight over your constraints here, and it'll show which ones are affected by the constraints, so you can always delete constraints, you can edit them. This one still has that revolute, so you know the wheels do spin, but there's you're gonna have to try this a couple times. It's not gonna work your first time.